I'm Tom from DIY Life Tech, and this is a look at my Black & Decker portable air conditioner. So this is a really great portable air conditioner that you can use for smaller rooms. It's rated for 5,000 BTUs, which means that it can cool officially 150 square foot rooms. So a bedroom, a dorm room, small apartment room, that kind of thing, an office, it's great for that. That's cooling though to around 60 degrees, like 61 degrees. So really, if you're just trying to cool down your space a bit, make it a little bit more tolerable to be in, I find this can work in a bigger room as well. So you can see the way it works here. We've got this window kit that connects into the window, and you can customize the size. There's a little slider on there and a little screw that holds this in place so that you can customize to the particular size of your window. It does include some weather sealing that you can use in there too to keep the hot air out when you set it up in the window, and it does work with vertical or horizontal windows. And you can see from that window kit, there's this big hole and then this tube that comes back and connects into the back of the air conditioner. And that's where it's going to vent the hot air. So it is essential to connect this up with a window. It needs to be near a window because that's where it's going to put all that hot air as it cools the room down. Now, otherwise, it's a very basic device. You can see just sits here in the room, weighs about 50 pounds. So just be aware if you're moving it around, it is a little bit on the heavy side. And there's two ways we can switch it on. We've got a remote here. This controls all the functions of the air conditioner. We also have some basic functions on the panel here. So I'm going to go ahead and press the power button. When I power it on, we see this little screen's going to come out saying the current temperature I've got it set to, and this louver is going to open and start blowing cold air into the room. So nice cold air coming out now. Take a minute or two to get down to temperature. You can hear the compressor cycle on here. And then we can adjust the fan speed on here. So a slower fan speed, higher, and then the highest fan speed. We can adjust the set point of the temperature here as well. So I can take this to whatever temperature I want it to be at here in the room, and it's going to adjust to get to that temperature by cooling the room down. And then over here we can change the mode. So we've got the basic cooling mode. You can see the little snowflake there. There's also an ability to do things like use it as a dehumidifier. That gets at a question that a lot of people ask about this, and that's, do you need to somehow get the liquid that generates from the cooling operation out of your house? And actually, this is a self-evaporating unit, so you don't need a drip pan, you need to empty it if you're using it on the cooling function. It actually will evaporate the water and then vent it out with the hot air. So under normal conditions, unless it's extremely humid in your space, you don't need to actually have a bucket or anything like that. The exception is if you do run it on the dehumidifier mode, there's this little attachment down here. It comes with a hose. You want to connect that up and run that to some kind of a drain, because then it's going to pull a lot of condensation out of the air. But under normal cooling operations, you do not need to empty the water. It's got a nice powerful blast here out of the fan with a louver. And another nice function, you can set a timer if you want to have it switch off after a certain number of hours. So maybe you want to have it on when you're going to bed and then have it switch off in the middle of the night. You can do that with the timer function here. So some other nice things you can control from the remote here. You can set the temperature on the unit. So you can see as I press the remote buttons, it's going to shift that around. I can change the temperature unit. So I'm on Fahrenheit, but I can also switch it over to Celsius if I want to on there. I can press this LED button, and that's actually going to switch off the lights on the unit. So if you find that light to be challenging for sleep, this is going to switch up the mode on there. And this actually controls whether my louver, the little fan there, is going to move up and down. So you can have it move up and down to better distribute air around the room. Fan speed, we've got some timers and other settings on there, and of course a power button to power the unit on and off. So how does it perform overall? Really well. I've got it in a space that's bigger than the rated 150 square feet, and it would probably struggle to get it down to 60 degrees if it was very hot outside, but this does a great job of cooling to, a comfortable 71, 72, even in a room that's about 300 square feet. So certainly the 5,000 BTUs is going to be great for that rated space of around 150 square feet. It's going to cool it down very, very effectively, but I still find that this provides some great supplemental cooling on those hot days in a larger room. So a really great unit here from Black & Decker.